What's the best frame rate for short-form educational videos? 30 frames per second is great default for short-form talking head content and works really well on social media platforms. That's what I use for all my videos. 24 frames per second creates a more like cinematic look, which is common in films and longer YouTube videos, but motion will feel slightly less smooth. 60 frames per second is mainly for slow motion clips. You shoot at 60 frames per second and then in the editing phase slow it down. So if you are editing in 30 frames per second timeline, you slow it down by 50% to get smooth slow motion effect. And if you're editing on 24 frames per second timeline, you would slow it down to about 40% to get that same effect. But you can also use 60 frames per second if you want really smooth motion in your videos, for example when you're walking in the city or on the beach. But whatever you choose, just keep it consistent. So if you are using multiple devices, make sure your camera, phone and your editing timeline are all set to same frame rate.